Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review, and today's review will be on animated leader class Megatron. And let me just say, this is a big figure. Now, as we can see, this is this Megatron transforms into a helicopter. And keep in mind, Megatron has had tons of vehicle modes over the years. I mean, a gun, a T-Rex, a jet, a tank. Hell, at one point he was even a freaking hand. So, it makes sense that at one point he would transform into a helicopter. And let me just say, this looks like this could have been customized into highbrow, even though an animated highbrow didn't really transform into a helicopter. Yeah, that was a missed opportunity there, unfortunately. But having a look at the figure, well, the front, here we have the, becomes the fusion cannon in the robot modes. It's not just this section. This entire section pretty much comes off, as this covers his face. Here we have what's obviously a robot mode arm. The back, which is obviously just his legs. Yeah, they didn't really hide his feet that well, sadly. Here we have the cockpit section, which is a nice red color. Here we have the two blades, if I can even get that in shot. But yeah, this is a two-bladed helicopter, and the design if I can speak, the design sort of reminds me of the Cobra Mamba vehicle from the G.I. Joe toy line. Although, it's just the blades that remind me of that. If it was the Mamba, then there would be two pod things here. But speaking of the blades, a cool feature is if you spin one. Oh, I think I was spinning it the wrong way. Hang on. Oh, there we go. It's because my background was in the way of the blades. If you spin the blades, well, the other one's supposed to spin, but I don't know what's going on. Oh, you see, I am very, very stupid. I'll do it with a front view. So if you spin the helicopter blade, it spins the other one. There we go. It wasn't spinning because it was being blocked by my little background thing. Oh, now the blades are getting in the way. Because the arms are... Yeah, it's very temperamental when it does it. But when it does work, it's pretty cool. Now, the underneath, it's pretty much just the robot chest. And here we can see the Decepticon insignia. And if you press that, well... you get some pretty cool helicopter noises. And if you look at the cockpit, it actually lights up. So that's actually really cool. So yeah. Now, that's pretty much it for the helicopter mode, so... let's just get on with the transformation. So, of course, this is a leader class figure, so I'm gonna have to raise my camera. Okay, now. So, to do this, let's do some parts forming and remove the helicopter rotors. So, yeah, these come off. And remove the fusion cannon, which does a transformation sound effect. And for some reason, if I can find it, there's like a secondary landing gear. Because if you look at the fusion cannon, there's another landing gear here. So I'm guessing that we have this landing gear here. If you, well, just in case you lose the fusion cannon. I don't know. It's just a very. Well, to start, let's do the legs. Just try and come in here, pull these bits out, spin them around, and rotate your camera because your table's now wobbly because it's a different table. There we go. Then fold the landing gears in. Take the the feet and open them. And split the legs. There we go. Take the arms and put them together. Or push them in is what I'm trying to say. Because what that does is it pushes these bits out. What were the bits that held the rotors? Come in here, take the helicopter cockpit, and try and slide that down if you can. Oh, I forgot to fold up the secondary landing gear. Oh, there we go. It's supposed to put your thumb in there to slide that. There we go. Come in here with the arms. Open that out and fold out the fists. There we go. That's pretty much it. Only thing you have to do now is get the little cannon thing. If you want to, you can rotate this so the red stripes are facing towards the robot, and I think that's how it was on the design in the cartoon. But before I put this on the robot, normally this does have a missile, but I don't have it. But to fire it, you can pull this back. Yeah, that's pretty much how you fire it. But you see these little notches here and the little things in the arm. There we go. That's pretty much it. I'll put the little rotors on later to see what those are. So you can see what those are for. And that's pretty much animated Megatron in his robot modes. And yeah, that looks really cool. Little 360. I mean, sure, he's got a big helicopter cockpit on his back instead of a gun barrel, but that's who cares? Having a look at the head, That definitely resembles G1 Megatron's head, only for chin. That's definitely like the chins of animated. Yeah, because remember in Transformers Animated, the chins were unreasonably huge. Yeah, that definitely resembles Megatron's head. Now for the figure's articulation, I'll remove the can for this because it can fall off if you're not careful. The head can't really turn side to side, unfortunately, but well, it can do that, and you'll see what that's for soon. It can move on a ratchet, although it's hindered by the back bit. This can rotate, so you can technically give him elbows. This is as far as a T-pose you can do. There we go. He does actually have a waist rotation, which is pretty surprising. Pretty much one click per side, but that's still pretty surprising and awesome. Oh, just trying to. This bit's not going in now for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, whatever. For the legs, move out, move back. He's gonna rotate. Does have knees. Feet can close, and he does have ankle rotation, which is awesome. So he does have some pretty good articulation. And well, let's get on to one of my favorite features. If you remember in the helicopter mode, I pushed on the Decepticon symbol and he made a helicopter noise. Well, if you do it in the robot mode, well,
where is the Allspark?
He talks to you. So he demands what the Allspark is.
Crush the Autobots.
He does a death threat. And he just laughs. And yeah, it causes the symbol in the eyes to light up. And there's the little head motion, which is pretty cool.
Where is the Allspark?
Dude, I have no idea where it is. Maybe ask Prime, I don't know. Just kill him for it.
Crush the Autobots.
Well, some of the Autobots in my collection are valuable, so no. So if you're lonely, then you could have a conversation with him, but yeah. That's my favorite that's pretty much my favorite thing about this figure, the lights and sounds. Now, just try and put the fusion cannon back onto the figure. There we go. Now, for the helicopter rotors, what these can do, they can fold up, and this can move down, so these can actually become swords. I don't know why Megatron would use swords, but he can just shoot people. If anything, swords are more what the character like Bludgeon would use, but hey, they needed to find a use for the helicopter rotors in robot mode, so that's what they did. So yeah, he can wield some swords, and that looks pretty cool. So yeah. That's pretty much all I have to say about this figure. Now, complaints. Well, one of them is the fusion cannon doesn't really stay on at times. Because as you can see, sometimes it just leans. like that, so you can still see the little notches there. I guess another thing is, when you're trying to transform it back into its helicopter mode, it does the transformation noise a little bit too much when you're trying to move the cockpit around. Yeah, it does the transformation noise a little bit too much, and that can get a bit annoying. But well, aside from that, I love this figure, and this is one of my favorite Megatron figures. And, well, this is actually my first animated figure, and because, well, there's not really a because, I don't know what the hell I'm even saying, but as my first animated figure, I love this figure. I just think it's really cool, and I really want to get more animated figures in the future. For example, I really want to get Ultra Magnus. But yeah, I definitely do recommend getting this figure. Now, there is a recolor, if I can speak, there is a recolor of this figure called Shadow Blade Megatron that's more Galvatron-esque purple and black, though they didn't call it Galvatron. I don't know. If you want to call it Galvatron, then go ahead, but I recommend either this figure or Shadow Blade Megatron, because I just love how this figure looks. Plus, I just love the lights and the sounds.
Where is the Allspark? Crush the Autobots!
So yeah, this has been my review on Leader Class at Megatron from Animated, and this is Charlie Young, signing off.